Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 265, season 11. Today's date is October 15th, 2023. And welcome to the show. On today's program, I will talk about my memories of Dolly Madison snack cakes in the 1970s in Chicago. I'll break it down to what cakes were available. They had fruit pies and donuts, and also their advertising on television and magazines that evolved with the Peanuts characters created by Charles Schulz. And then I will talk about, we had 3 celebrity deaths this week. It would be actor Mark Goddard from Lost in Space, and 2 actresses, Phyllis from The Adventures of Superman. She was only there for 1 season. And also, this was announced yesterday, I believe, actress Laurie. I'll talk about my memories of watching her on TV. She did a lot of movies, television. So break it down to each actor of, like I said, of their memories of me watching on television. Sorry about that. It's been a long week. All right, so before I get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Betty Crocker Stir and Frost Cake, which is a cake mix. And this is from 1979. I remember this product very well. And so just sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the program. Thank you, everyone.
When a big cake is too much,
bake someone happy.
With Stir and Frost.
You and Betty Crocker can make someone happy.
For all those times when a big cake is too much, Stir and Frost comes complete with cake mix frosting in its own pan.
Go directly to jail.
Here, enjoy yourself.
With Stir and Frost,
you and Betty Crocker can make someone happy.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Betty Crocker Stir and Frost cake mix. The commercial was from 1979. I remember this product very well, as I mentioned before. I used to watch these commercials when I was in high school, and they had all kinds of flavors, like chocolate chip, yellow cake, golden yellow cake, or, and what came inside was a cake mix and a frosting, and it was just like a very small pan, excuse me. And, it was very, very easy to make, according to some people. And my mom bought this one time, a couple times, in fact, and it was pretty good. But, if you buy the traditional cake mix from Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines, they're more bigger. They come out perfect if you know how to bake a cake, that is. It's fine, excuse me. So that product was around from the late 70s till the early 80s, and then it disappeared. I don't know what happened. And it reminded me of snacking cake. You remember that? And it was like, that was, I don't know if snacking cake came before or after Stir and Frost. I think it came before that, and my mom also bought that too. And they were good. They were very good. I'm a big cake nut. I love desserts, cakes, pies, cookies. They're not good for you, but they're delicious, especially frosting. Oh my God. Right now I try to watch it because I'm older. You got to watch your sugar intake, especially in my condition. So just very carefully and very little, and if you do that, you can have it as a treat. You'll be okay. You know, just watch your weight. It's good advice. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I will talk about my memories of Dolly Madison snack cakes in the 1970s in Chicago. Oh, here we go again. So, and I also talk about the celebrity deaths we had this week. There were three of them. There was actor Mark Goddard and actresses Phyllis and Piper Laurie. I will talk about their careers and my memories of watching them on TV and the movies. Before I get started, I've had an interesting week. Health-wise, I'm doing okay. Everything's fine. But let's see what happened. A lot of people were wondering what happened to me on Facebook because I'm there constantly all the time. Wednesday, I got a notice from them that I was restricted. I couldn't post, I couldn't like, I couldn't comment, I couldn't share, nothing. This is, I'll tell you what happened. I posted a photo, not a photo album, it was a record album recorded by the Scorpions, and this was happening October. No, it was not October. I don't know what the month was, but the year was 2012. I mean, come on, that was 11 years ago. What Facebook does, they have algorithms and bots, and they go through seeing that's offensive. And one of their record albums was offensive. Okay, they should have taken that down then when I posted it, or asked me to. I'd be willing to do that, but it didn't happen. This happened to me last year around this time. It was a cigarette ad. I mean, yeah, go figure. And the difference was I couldn't do the same thing. I couldn't post, like, share, or anything like that. But I could access on Instagram, and I posted that. This time, I couldn't do it, not through Instagram at all. Not to share it. No, I couldn't share it on Facebook. Nothing. So I was like, I disappeared. I bet people were wondering, well, where's Pete at? What happened? What happened to Vanish Chicagoland? Where is this stuff? But it only lasted 3 days. So I did post on Instagram, also the new social media Threads, which by now, it's amazing. Threads has been kind of dead for a little while, ever since Mark Zuckerberg created it. It was like the Facebook version of Twitter. I like Threads. It's very good. He just added an edit button. Thank God. We'll do that. So all of a sudden I'm posting, and then I get more people following me, and it's great. It's wonderful, and they're still liking and following me. That's wonderful. Just Instagram. I get followers sometimes, but sometimes you have to seek people, but it's not as much, which is okay. So the ban started from Wednesday morning at 9:00 and lasted through yesterday at 9:00, and then I was home free. So, and then I posted to everyone, I am back, and let's go have some fun. I explained I was restricted, but I didn't tell them the whole reason. Only to a couple people on Instagram what was going on. Because I don't want to get in trouble again. No, that was out. So, so I'm back to business, extinct business, that is. And I told people about it, and a lot of people were very supportive. A lot of people were crazy. They saying, it's, it's like like you don't have freedom of speech and all that. I ignored all that stuff or delete the comments because it's getting a little out of hand. So. But most people were very supportive, just like I said, and they welcome me back, and they're happy, But I try to run my social media accounts very clean, nothing controversial. It's not easy, especially in this age, technology age, like you have the bots and they search stuff and they nab you, and then you're stuck, so you got to be careful what you say or what you post or what you share or what you like. So I'll do my best. It's like you have to look over your shoulder all the time. Uh, it's crazy like that. So hopefully it'll not happen again. I'll be careful. I really will be. The second thing that happened was I went out for breakfast, and I was hungry. I wanted something to eat, and then a friend of mine owns this restaurant, and it's in Oak Lawn. It's called Stacked. It's like pancakes. They make fancy pancakes. It's wonderful. Please go there. It's a great place. Good food. Always packed like that. He's opened until in the morning till like in the mid afternoon, like around 1 or 2 or something like that. It's in Oak Lawn. So I went in there, I just ordered. I ordered a sandwich. I was just hungry, and then all of a sudden, I saw the owner, Tom Demokopoulos, and he said, "Happy belated birthday." And I said, "Thank you." It was yesterday was like 10 days ago. It was a long time ago, but that's okay because it was a milestone because I turned 60. Anyway, and I was just, when I was waiting for my food, I was going through my iPhone, just checking my social media, all of these notifications I get every day, from Facebook, X, and Instagram. I get a lot, because in my emails, all of a sudden they brought this pancake with whipped cream and 2 candles on it, maybe 1 candle. And the waitress announced we have a birthday today. Well, it was a couple of weeks ago. And everyone, she sang happy birthday, and the entire restaurant sang along with us. And it was beautiful. I was in complete shock. I had no idea they were going to do that. And so that was a nice surprise. And it was very nice of Tom to do that for me and the restaurant. And they took a picture of me. He posted it on social media. I shared it too. It's amazing. I was so blessed, and I wasn't angry. No, it was that was no one has ever done this for me. Nothing like that, Then everyone said happy birthday. I think I heard someone, and I'm not sure. Someone was yelling in the back somewhere, yelling "Ban Chicagoland." That he's in the house. Or it could have been on social media. I don't remember. Yeah, it was in social media. So that was great. Yeah, it was very nice. Excuse me. So, the birthday celebration is still on, but to tell you, I wanted it to end, it's time to move on, like that. But when I turned 60, it had a huge impact on my life and then to others because I do Van Chicagoland, like that. And I'm very happy. And thank you again from my family, my friends, my followers. It's great. It really is. Okay. Right now, I'll take a quick break, and then when I come back, I'll get started with the show. Okay. So thank you, everyone, and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I am back. I will get started talking about my memories of Dolly Madison snack cakes in the 1970s in Chicago. Before I get started, I forgot to mention one thing. Today's the 72nd anniversary of the TV show I Love Lucy. One of my favorite TV shows of all time. I still watch it to this day. It's hilarious. And still rerun to this day. I remember my memories of watching it on Channel 9, Channel 32, Channel 44. in Chicago, and I have, and then it came out on home video, and then DVD and Blu-ray. Only the first 2 seasons. I wish they make more. And you don't see it much on local TV. Maybe MeTV has it, but I don't know. Maybe it's early in the morning. I don't know when it is. It's on. So I think when you go on streaming, you can find it. I think it's there. I don't know what channel. Maybe Pluto. I don't know. I like to watch it the old-fashioned way, or like I have the DVDs. I just plop it in, watch a few episodes, start laughing, and I feel good for the rest of the day. That's my therapy. That's when the world is crap and you're kind of down, just turn on an episode that features Lucille Ball, and either the I Love Lucy, or Lucy Show, or Here's Lucy. Oh, the stress goes away. You feel good. And so happy 72nd anniversary to the TV show. That's kind of cool. Okay, so right now I'm going to talk about Dolly Madison snack cakes. I'll give you a brief history of this wonderful company. It started in 1937. It was founded by a man named Ralph Leroy Nafziger. His name is spelled Nafziger. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He started this in the state of Georgia, and it was called Dolly Madison. And the name was inspired by the first lady's Dolly Madison, the wife of President James Madison. Only her name was spelled Doley. They dropped the E from her name. And she was best known for throwing elegant parties at the White House. And the brand slogan at the time was "Cakes and pastries fine enough to serve at the White House." Oh, nice. First they sold ice cream for a long time. And then they stopped that. And then they just concentrated on snack cakes like pies and all that. And so the memories that I remember of the snack cakes and the pies were, like, for example, there were zingers, donut gems. Zingers came in 3 flavors: chocolate, vanilla, raspberry, coconut. Like that. Oh, I didn't care for the raspberry. Also, the coffee cakes, they made that. Also, they had super zingers. Maybe they were bigger. Sometimes they came in a box or individual. Like you buy them at the store. Others were called Razzies and Cuckoos. They were like ding dongs, but Razzies was the vanilla cake with cream filling with raspberry. Coconut frosting. Also, Cuckoos was chocolate. It's like a ding dong. They were like ding dongs, The pies they had the basics like apple, cherry, strawberry, raspberry, banana cream, chocolate cream. They had chocolate. They also had coconut cream, lemon. And it featured the character of the Peanuts. The characters from Peanuts, created by Charles Schulz. So, and also there was one that was I remember. I just discovered this one. I haven't thought about it in a long time. It was called 8 Stars Cupcakes. It was like little cupcakes with candy stars on top. This is during the bicentennial. I remember that. And then, so let's see what else. I think that's it. They also, as time went on, they were very popular indeed. And then they started advertising in magazines, billboards, and then on television. Specifically, the ones on the Charlie Brown TV specials. Like, for example, Charlie Brown Christmas. It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, or Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, or it's the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown. All those wonderful TV specials that I used to watch in the 70s and in the 80s too. But they started in the 60s. They don't air them anymore. I don't know. They decided not to. So if you want to see them, you have to go on Apple TV or buy a DVD, which is fine. And then let's see what else. So they had the original. Well, right now they don't have the. I remember the logo when they first aired them, like I think on Channel 2, or mostly Channel 2 or Channel 7 in Chicago. And they advertise, and the commercials featured the Peanuts characters. And so they were fun to watch. And you can see some of them on YouTube. You could do that. Okay. Let's see what else. So right now I'm going to play a commercial. And it's for Dolly Madison Zingers. I think other cakes as well. So this is from 1980. And the slogan was, Dolly did it. Let's do that. Okay, so just sit back and relax, and I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
Who put golden chunks of apple in a pie that's packed to go?
Dolly did it.
Who put juicy red cherries in a neat-to-eat treat? Who put a creamy chocolate filling in this great little pie?
Is this a test?
Nah, everyone knows it's Dolly Madison who makes delicious packed-to-go pies. Cherry, apple, and chocolate, all with flaky golden crusts. Dolly Madison did it.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Dolly Madison Singers. It featured the characters from the Peanuts cartoons, like that. So, as far as the company went, like I said, Dolly Madison was a major sponsor during that period when CBS aired the Peanuts animation specials. And here's a list of the pies that featured the Peanuts characters. So one, Charlie Brown was on cherry pie and banana cream. Linus was on apple. Lucy was on lemon. Schroeder was on berry. Sally, Charlie Brown's sister, was on coconut cream and pineapple. Frida was chocolate. And Peppermint Patty was on strawberry and peach. And Marcy, her friend, was on boysenberry. And, Snoopy wasn't on it. I don't know why. I guess he was on the gems. He was on the donuts, so that's okay. Like that. And let's see. And then as time went on, they were bought out by Hostess. And I guess I don't know what happened. I guess they fell out of popularity, and then they went out, and then so they planned to go out of business around November 2012, and then a company that owned Hostess in January 2013 acquired the rights to Dolly Madison, as well as the corporate name, and they resumed production, which is great. But right now, I think the Dolly Madison name is gone. They got rid of it. Some of the pies discontinued. Most of the pies were gone. Let's see. The gems, I think I haven't seen them. The little donuts. But the zingers now are under Hostess. It's not Dolly Madison Zingers. It is Hostess now, because I see them in the stores. And also like in 7-Eleven, like that. That's a shame. They were good. They were really good. That is. Okay. So, I do sneak in one a few times to eat them. I shouldn't do that. That's not good. Okay. Right now, there were 3 celebrity deaths this week. So they were announced. So let me get started. The first one was actress Phyllis Coates. She's best known as the first Lois Lane on the TV series The Adventures of Superman. She was also in the movie Superman and the Mole Man, if you remember that. I think they edited it into a TV episode, but it was a movie that starred her and also George Reeves as Clark Kent, Superman, like that. And when I first watched the TV show, I got a glimpse of it like in the late 60s, like in Channel 9 or early 70s. They showed the color ones. They didn't show the first season or like a couple seasons of that. They were black and white. And I didn't see Phyllis Coates in there. I started watching when the show started airing on Channel 44 and WSNS TV in Chicago. They did show the first season in black and white, and there was Phyllis Coates in the first as Lois Lane, and I thought she was good. She was great in that, but she only stayed for 1 year, and then Noel Neal took over, and she was Lois Lane throughout the entire run. Excuse me. But then Phyllis Coates started in other movies, television, so like that. I don't think she was happy. Maybe she wasn't happy, starring in that. Not really. So she acted for a long, long time. She really did, and she returned on television on the TV series from the 1990s, Lois and Clark: The New Adventure. She played Lois Lane's mother, but she did not play Lois's mother in the 1978 movie in Superman. No, it was Noel Neal, like that. So that was great seeing her again doing that. She was fine like that. And she passed away on October 11th this year. This week. She was 96 years old. Oh, she lived a long life. Yeah, very pretty lady. Very pretty indeed. Okay. Next up, we'll talk about actor Mark Goddard. He's best known as Don West, the pilot on the Jupiter 2 and the science fiction TV series Lost in Space. Oh, I love this show. I remember watching it the first time on Channel 9 in the late 60s. I was about 6 or 7. And they aired the reruns on WGN. And then it moved over to Channel 32. And that's where I started watching the whole show, the reruns during that era. And the show ran for 3 seasons. First 2 was black and white. No, I think first were black and white. The last 2 were color, I think. So, and my favorite on TV shows with Dr. Smith and the robot. And Dr. Smith always insulted him, called him all kinds of names, bubble-headed booby, or you walking junk pile, or stuff like that. And most of the show focused just on Dr. Smith, the robot, and Will Robinson, Danger Will Robinson, like that. And most of the characters, like Don West and the Robinson family, they were sort of like in the background, but they were featured like that, so that was great. But Bob Gardner played it well. I liked him in that role. He started in 2 series before that. One was a Western called Johnny Ringo. I don't know if a lot of people remember that. And I saw a couple of it on YouTube. It was pretty good. Did some guest shots, and then he started a show called The Detectives. And I think, a few episodes on TV. I think Nick at Night ran it, and he was good in that. So you see, that was weird seeing him as a detective like that. Excuse me. And then he started on Lost in Space, and then he played a lot of TV roles, and then he quit acting, and he went into teaching. And then he appeared in a lot of conventions, science fiction ones. So he was happy with the role. He really was. He also did a cameo in the movie Lost in Space from 1998. Featured other people in there. I never seen it, so I don't know how it was. So anyway, so he passed away on October 10th. He was 87 years old. So that was sad. I liked him a lot. I really did. Okay. Excuse me with the coffee. Next up, talk about Piper Laurie. This was announced yesterday. And she's best known for her movies. A lot of movies she starred. And, of course, The Hustler, Carrie, Children of a Lesser God, and, oh, my God, a lot of them. And then she stopped. After The Hustler, she went onto stage. She did stage work. But then she returned to film as Margaret White, Carrie White's mother, in the 1976 horror movie Carrie. It was a novel written by Stephen King. I never saw the movie in theater because the promos look so scary and like, oh no, I don't want to see it. But I saw it on TV. They heard it on television. She was great in that. Yeah, she was wonderful. Very scary performance. Ugh. She was a religious nut. Oh my God. No wonder how Carrie ended up like that. The scariest scene, there were two. The one is like when, and Carrie got dumped by the pig blood at the prom, and then she started acting revenge on all the high school kids and the teachers in the gymnasium. When I first saw that, that was disturbing. Oh my God. And started fires and all that. But, when I watched a clip of that on YouTube, it's like, oh, okay. It was not that scary. But back then when I was a kid, yeah, it was frightening. And then the other is, the scene was when Carrie came home, and then she had an out with her mom, and they fought to the death. Like that. I don't want to spoil it, but it was that was frightening. But it's a good movie. It really is. It's a wonderful movie. And Piper Laurie got nominated for Academy Award. Yeah. Which is great. That's wonderful. And then she started another movie called Ruby. Well, a lot of people forgot about that. And she was great in that. So that was scary too. Excuse me. I mean to do that. And then, of course, then she appeared on TV way back in the 50s, like live television and all that, and during the 60s. And then, let's see what else. She appeared in The Thornbirds. That was a great miniseries with Richard Chamberlain as the priest. Yeah, she was good in that. To tell you the truth, I forgot about that, how she, in the movie, in the miniseries that is. Like that. And let's see what else. And so one of her famous roles was, which I was surprised, is Twin Peaks. She played Catherine Martell. I love that show. She was excellent in that, and she was not a nice person. She was ruthless, And then she died in the show, and then she came back as Mr. Tojamura. I had no idea it was her, and it was great. She put on a great performance, and Show lasted about 27 episodes, just for a year and a half, but it's still memorable. I love the show, the way it was photographed and all the characters, all that, with the cherry pies, the donuts, and all kinds of weird things like that. And let's see what's other. And then she kept on appearing on TV, a few movies, and then let's see. Her last acting role was like in the TV revival MacGyver. Yeah, she was in that, so that was great. When Twin Peaks returned in 2017, she was not asked to appear, and I was disappointed. They explained that there was no reason for her character to appear, which was nonsense. I wish she did. So she wasn't the only one. And her husband, who, Pete Martell, he died. The actor, I think it was Jack Nance. That was the actor's name. So she didn't appear on the revival, but they used footage of her and Josie, played by I forgot her name. Joan Chen. Yeah, she played Josie, and also Jack Nance. And there was a footage right around when he discovered Laura Palmer wrapped in plastic. Like that. And so she was a great actress. I liked her. I liked her in The Hustler too. She was great. She was wonderful. So she lived a long life, had a great career. Okay. So that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about my memories of Dolly Madison snack cakes in 1970s in Chicago. Also, I mentioned the three actor and actresses. There was Phyllis Coates, Mark Goddard, and Piper Laurie. Okay, this podcast will be published later on today. Whatever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Also, it'll be posted on my blog, vanchicagoland.blog. Also on my YouTube channel, Van Chicagoland Stories the Podcast. And subscribe. If people still ask me, where do I find your podcast? It is there. Just go to YouTube, do a search. Or if you subscribe, you'll be notified for a new episode. It'll take you right there. Also, you can listen to the rest of the episodes if you'd like. Also, it'll be posted on my social media accounts, Facebook, which I'm thankfully back, And so it'll be Facebook, X, Instagram, and Threads. Okay. So I won't do another podcast Tuesday, so I have something to do. So I'll probably do another one next weekend. Okay. So this is Pete Costanis, your host for Van Chicago and Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Forgive me for the coughing, because I have something in my throat and drinking water. And so it's a nice day out, kind of cool, so it's a great Sunday like that. So everyone have a great day. Bye-bye for me. And here's Ray Rayner with a little charming music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone. So long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.